Hey guys, quick editor's note here before we get into the video. I realized that I filmed the intro after the fact of putting the engine in the car. I don't know why I did that, but it just doesn't make sense with all the time lapses that I put in here. I'm just putting this in here real quick just to give you some context about that. So hopefully it's a little bit more understood now. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Definitely an interesting one. Let me know what you guys think about in the comments. And furthermore, let's just get right into it. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to my next video, hopefully the last video of this series. Today we got all the parts in that we didn't have the night before to get the car started. So I'm hoping today will be the day that we get the car to run, and then the next video should be at the track this weekend, actually giving it a shakedown and seeing how she performs. Ended up kind of figuring out the head bolt situation. We have half a set here. They're slightly different than the ones I have, but apparently this should work. So we're gonna take care of all that little stuff right now. Finish putting the car back together. Really hope I have all the parts this time and we don't have to call it quits early. But I'll keep you guys updated as it goes. And furthermore, let's just hop right into it and get this thing running soon. Quick update for you guys while I'm in here. We got the heads in, everything's all torqued, rockers, the whole drivetrain's fully assembled. Valve cover's about to go on and this thing will be sealed. Put some oil in it. Making great progress. Should be starting this thing up here soon. Got the headers on, starter in, all that stuff plumbed. It's gonna have to deal with the rack right now and the lines. That's just the biggest pain of this all right now. And then radiator, some nice distilled garden hose water. And we'll be ready to crank this thing up and hope she's chopping and not clacking. We'll find out soon. So we were about ready to start it up here, just spark plug wires and a few more things, but water pump we were having issues getting on, so I pulled the throttle body off. If you take a look inside the intake manifold, we found our next fun adventure. There is so much metal in there, and I already cleaned some of it out. I'm glad I didn't even think of that, honestly, but I'm glad I caught it. So, time to undo this stuff, get the metal out, and get her started and running tonight. I don't know what time it is, it's probably after midnight, but we're gonna have this done tonight. Another update for you guys, not one I'm really too fond of making, but we pulled the intake manifold off, and unfortunately, we found that metal shavings went into the back of the valves. Now, the problem is I fished it out with all my contraptions, as you can see here. It's aluminum, so we couldn't use a magnet. I had to use silicone and screwdrivers and little hooks to get all the big chunks out. Fortunately, some of the valves are open, so I don't know if anything got in those cylinders. I could pull the heads off and double check, but honestly, I guess I'm just gonna wing it and see what lesson is to be learned here, or if everything's gonna be good. As you can see, we fished out some pretty good chunks. It wasn't in all the cylinders, and this is only one of the rags. One of the rags has way more, but the chunks were decent on the back of the valves. Not all the cylinders had it, but some of them did. There's only one that seems to be really open that it had a potential for stuff to really fall in. Other than that, I did my best getting everything out. Hopefully if there is anything in there, it just comes out of the exhaust valve and doesn't make an issue. We'll find that out on startup, but for now, we're gonna clean out that intake manifold real good, get everything prepped really well, put it all back together, assemble it, prime it real good, see if we hear anything weird, go from there, fire it up, and hope all is well. So we were really close to firing it. Took a little bit of a detour here, but at least it's a detour that we don't have to wait for parts on. And I really would pull the heads, but these head bolts were so hard to find. Nowhere has it in stock. The vent's coming up in a couple days. I'd have to get new head gaskets too. That took like a week to get in. I'll update you guys if anything else arises. She should be ready to start soon, hopefully. So just a little setback, but not stopping us from finishing this tonight. We're still on track. All right, guys, so exciting last update of the night. Got the car all put back together, cleared all the metal out. That took a lot longer than we anticipated. Other than that, everything's assembled. Went through our whole checklist. Shifters on, clutch has been bled, trans fluid, all that good stuff, engine oil. Time to just prime it and crank it. It is 4:30 right now. It's a little quiet in this neighborhood, but I really want to see if it starts. I'm sorry, neighbors. I love you if you're watching this. All right, well, let's hop right to it. Let's see if all this work actually is going to make this car run right. Oh man, moment of truth. Let's turn on fuel. Built up fuel pressure. I already primed it. Oh my gosh, let's hit the starter button. Let's see what she does. Oh.